The harder you work, the easier life becomes. The easier you work, the harder life gets. This reflects the reality that facing and overcoming challenges builds resilience, perseverance, and problem-solving skills. Conversely, if you only seek comfort and ease, you may become stagnant, struggle with difficulties, and be more likely to crumble when facing real challenges. I particularly like a quote from motivational speaker Jim Rohn. "Don't wish life were easier, wish you were stronger." The more you dislike a trait in others, the more you tend to deny it in yourself. Psychologist Carl Jung suggests that the traits in others that irritate us are actually reflections of our own denied characteristics. Meanwhile, psychologist Freud calls this phenomenon projection. The less you trust others, the less they trust you. Feeling insecure about trusting others is a significant cause of broken relationships, whether in work, business, or family life. This is often referred to as the Good Will Hunting syndrome, which is the belief that one's life is especially difficult, making oneself the main character who faces all the challenges while others are just supporting characters. This mindset is a way to self-protect by hurting others before they can hurt us. The harder you try to impress others, the more they distance themselves from you. According to psychologist Mark Snyder, when someone tries too hard to build an image, they tend to lose authenticity, creating an artificial and forced impression. This lack of genuineness makes others find it hard to trust them, leading to the opposite effect of becoming less attractive. The only certainty is that nothing is certain. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. This may already be quite familiar. Psychologist Carol Dweck, with her growth mindset theory, shows that people who view failure as a learning opportunity continually improve themselves, and the ability to bounce back from failure is a strong predictor of long-term success. I quite like the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter, as a prime example in this case. There's also another paradox related to this issue. The more you fear failure, the more likely you are to fail. From a psychological perspective, this phenomenon is known as fear of failure and the self-fulfilling prophecy effect. When we are afraid, it implies we lack confidence in our abilities, leading to self-doubt and limited problem-solving skills, and diminishing the motivation to achieve our goals. The more disciplined you are, the freer you become. Discipline creates a solid foundation, allowing better control over life. Those disciplined in work, time, and habits are more proactive, achieve goals faster, and live life on their own terms instead of being controlled by external circumstances. The more you learn, the more you realize how little you know. People with limited knowledge often overestimate their understanding, whereas those with extensive knowledge recognize the vastness of what they don't know. Albert Einstein once said, "Ego and knowledge are inversely proportional. The more you know, the smaller the ego. The less you know, the greater the ego." The less you care about others, the less you care about yourself. This goes against the belief that selfish people only think about their own interests. However, caring for others helps create deep connections, gives a sense of worth, meaning, and motivation to grow. On the contrary, isolating oneself and neglecting others can lead to indifference toward oneself, diminishing motivation and increasing loneliness. Author Leo Tolstoy also emphasized in War and Peace that life's meaning is found through connecting with others and sharing joy. The more choices you have, the less satisfied you are with them. This is known as the classic choice paradox. Psychologist Barry Schwartz explored this and found that having too many options can be overwhelming, making decisions difficult and causing constant comparisons. Ultimately, you get stuck in choices, unable to make a decision. Change is the only thing that never changes. The more honest you are about your flaws, the more people like you. When we acknowledge our flaws, we become approachable and genuine, making it easier for others to empathize and trust us. Being honest about weaknesses creates a bond, showing humility and courage to face oneself. A notable example is billionaire Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Group, who openly shares both his successes and failures, gaining respect and admiration. The more you try to keep someone close, the more you push them away. Philosopher Osho once said, "If you love someone, set them free." Love is not about control or possession, but about freedom and acceptance. When we try to hold on tightly to someone, we unintentionally create walls that restrict their personal space, leading them to pull away. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope this video has provided you with useful information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming videos. See you in the next ones.